Hello and welcome to the first of hopefully many Iowa State Park reviews. Today is Elk Rock State Park. Here we are walking along the trail. It's a very interesting state park. The first thing that you'll notice when you come in is that there is not a lot of day use parking available. We had to kind of scramble to find a parking spot. So the trail is a very interesting trail. It just wanders through the woods out to the lake. You're high up on a cliff. You get a nice scenic overview. You can kind of wander down a little bit. The trail is very sandy, and in many places it's very dug into like a ravine. Now this is an important thing to note. This is a very popular equestrian park. So as you just saw there, you will see the remains of the horses on the path as you go through, which is something to be very cognizant of as you're trying to just enjoy a nice day out in nature. Really, Elk Rock is built more for the boating recreation, is the feel I get. The trail is nice. It's nice to walk out there. It is just fine for hiking. Doesn't feel particularly built for hiking. One of the neater things that you'll see while you're out there are all these ravines. It's very cut through. There's a lot of creeks that feed into Red Rock Lake. The park is called Elk Rock, but the lake is called Red Rock. And Red Rock Lake is the largest lake in Iowa, largest body of water in Iowa. And you can see all the feeder water cause all these little indentations and cutaways in the cliff's edges, which at least give the ravine a dynamic appearance before it all grows in over the summer. You will catch a lot of wind. This is Iowa. That's what happens. So you can see the trees swaying a bit there. And you can see as you go along this main path, this is the path that we took, was about 2.25 miles. It was out from the equestrian area and basically from the equestrian day use area out to the lake and back. You can see the big creek coming in, which carves out some nice cliffs on the other side of the creek, which gives you a really nice view. And you can kind of see the yellow and the red in the rock, most likely from sandstone that was cut away. That really gives the lake its name. It is kind of a dramatic view when you first get to the lake. In the summer, of course, this is going to be much more covered in. This is just really a close-up view of some of the sandstone, the kind of red rocks that give the lake its name. When we were out here, it was a very nice day. It was pretty windy, but as you're walking through the trail, a lot of times you're behind a ridge, you're behind a ravine, so you're pretty well protected. You didn't really feel the wind while you're out on the trail as much. Here, we got a good look at a couple of peregrine falcons. Peregrine falcons, pretty common, but they have the nice dramatic, like gray and white underside. Didn't really show up on camera that much. This is one of the places where you kind of sneak down to the water if you go off the trail a little bit. Don't tell anybody. It's a nice view. There's a watchtower that you can see across the lake, which is part of Cordova State Park, I believe it is, or County Park rather, not State Park. And while you're at the lake, big convenient part of the lake, I would say, is that it's really close to both Pella and Knoxville. That's one of the big selling points. That's why I think it's pretty heavy on the recreation lake. A lot of people will take a weekend trip to Pella, Iowa. If you're unfamiliar with Pella, Iowa, it's a little Dutch town. They do the Tulip Festival every May. They have an amazing bakery, uh, which might have contributed a little bit too much to my waistline lately. Here we see actually a family of deer, which you don't necessarily see that often, even in Iowa state parks. Deer, obviously, pretty common in Iowa, pretty common to go hunting for deer, but you do see them. One of the drawbacks of the park we ran into was we didn't really have a good place to rest while walking. A lot of parks will have a bench here and there. Me and my wife like to take a bench in between. That was a quick look at the water trail. Here's the actual boat dock, and that's one of the big appeals of Red Rock Lake is the water trail. It's awesome for boating. That's why it gets a 4 on its recreation score. The wildlife gets a 3. We saw peregrine, we saw deer. Hiking only a 2. The trail was good, but not particularly interesting. And overall, we gave it an 11. See, it's not particularly unique either. As far as Iowa state parks go, many Iowa state parks are man-made lake, trail, boat dock. So I hope you enjoyed.